Hello and welcome to tonight's CLNS Media Patriots Roundtable. I'm your host, Nick Qualia, sitting here with Mike Molyneux and with Marv per usual. Off-season talk, the draft coming up this week. We record Monday, April 20th. We got the draft coming up this week. A lot of questions with the Patriots because, now that Tom Brady's gone, you got to figure out what the hell you're going to do at the quarterback position. And we've talked about Jarrett Stidham on the show. A lot of radio segments talked about Jarrett Stidham. ESPN, you've got people talking Stidham up. Oh, this guy, great high school player. He was thrown into a bad situation when he was at Auburn. So people are trying to talk him up at the NFL level. But, the question really becomes then, do you guys want to see the Patriots go after a quarterback with a high pick? And specifically, and we talked about that on last week's set of episodes, but specifically, Tua has been coming up a lot in regards to the Patriots. He's been connected to the Patriots now, and obviously he's expected to go at a high pick, but there's rumors that he could slip, and remember, he had that devastating hip injury that ended up making him get surgery not too long ago, so there's some question marks with him, so he could slip. Guys, do you want the Patriots, even if you think that he doesn't slip, even if he may go at, let's say, number 3, even if he might go at number 3, do you guys want to see the Patriots go and get Tua? Do you want to see the Patriots sacrifice what's going to be a good amount to trade up and grab Tua in this year's NFL draft and essentially view him as your quarterback of the future? Marv, let's start with you.
I would love to see the Patriots move up and grab Tua, but not at the price you were just saying, Nick.
It'll be a haul.
Right. So if you see that Tua gets past number 6, right? I believe that's the Chargers pick, who desperately need a quarterback. Tyrod Taylor is not your answer. Cam Newton's out there, but hey, that's the Chargers' problem. If he gets past number 6, the next drafts are teams that really don't need a quarterback. And if he's lingering around double digits area, the 10, 11, 12, Patriots should make a call. Patriots should make a call, try to move up and grab Tua. We've all said it on the show a couple of times here. It just can't be Hoyer and Stidham going into training camp to see who's the quarterback. So that means the job automatically goes to Stidham. You want someone to push Stidham to see if he can be that starter. Hoyer's not going to be the one pushing Stidham to be the starter. Hoyer's nowhere close to starting for the New England Patriots. He has a better chance of having a headset on his head than starting. So we know that Stidham's going to be the future unless you bring someone to push him. And I think Tua, this is a guy with all the talent in the world. The reason why he would slip, that everyone's saying he would slip, is because of the injury history. And we know with the Patriots, for some damn reason, when you bring in a player with injury history, they always get injured with the Patriots. There's no type of luck.
Yep.
Type of luck at all. It's because there's a 50-50 chance they don't get hurt, but they always do when it comes to us. So it brings me back to Dominic Easley. You guys remember Dominic Easley? Had all the potential in the world, first rounder, and just never panned out. And we can bring up a lot of players that the Patriots brought up with injury history. But Tua, I say this is the quarterback. This is you need to solidify your quarterback for the future, the Patriots. If you could get a guy like Tua with all the talent, I think that'd be great to go into training camp to see who can be your starting quarterback right there. Move up in the middle rounds, though, not in the top 10. But if he slips past number 10, that's when the Patriots should make that call, draft Tua.
Now, you don't even have to go too far when it comes to the injury history because we did the draft show a couple years ago with Alex and everybody, and when the Patriots selected Sony Michel, the first thing that everybody was talking about was, okay, this guy's got bad knees. This guy's got knee injuries. And we're like, okay, you know what? Doesn't mean he's going to get hurt. Boom. Hurt immediately. Boom. Hurt last season. So, yeah, injuries, you got to consider them. But, when it comes to a guy like Tua, you got to decide, is it worth it? And for a guy like Tua, it might be worth it. But I'll get into more of my answer later. Mike, before we jump over to you, guys, with currently no NBA, NHL, or MLB, you might think that there's nothing to bet on. Well, you guys, you would be wrong, and my degenerates, they know this. Our exclusive partners, BetOnline, still has hundreds of sports, events, and games to wager on, or let them bring Vegas to you with their online casino and blackjack, all open 24 hours a day. For those of you guys who don't know, your time, that is all day long. It doesn't stop. 24 hours a day, and all online, including their $750,000 poker series. If you're into props and entertainment betting, you guys can still bet on Survivor, Big Brother, American Idol, stock prices, and even the weather. Visit the website or use your mobile device and join today to receive a 100% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Be sure to use promo code CLNS50. BetOnline.ag, your online wagering experts. All right, Mike, what do you want to see? Do you want to see the Patriots go after Tua? And even if you think that that's going to take trading into, let's say, the top three picks, I'm looking specifically at the Detroit Lions there. Do you think the Patriots should go after Tua if they get that opportunity?
One thing I think you guys mentioned is the fact that, Tua most likely will be a very high pick. And if he's going to be, such a high pick, Patriots are probably going to have to give up a lot in order to make a move to get him. But I firmly believe the Patriots should not be looking to trade up for a quarterback. If there's one thing that's been talked about over the years, and I hate to keep bringing up Tom Brady, even though he's no longer a Patriot, I know. But if there's one thing that's been talked about is the fact that the Patriots have a system. And the conversation is Tom Brady, great quarterback, because he's a system quarterback. That conversation has taken place over the years. But I firmly believe that the Patriots do have some sort of system that has worked for them and their offense over the years. Now, we've talked about it a few times, how Matt Castle had to step in for a little bit back in 2008. And then you talk about the year where Brady was suspended, Garoppolo and Brissett had a couple of games where they had to step in. And yeah, they're no Brady, but they stepped in. And within the Patriots offense and system, they played well. Were these guys top picks in the draft? Absolutely not. But they stepped in and did well within the Patriot system. Now, yes, Tua is a great quarterback. Looking at his stats at Alabama, it makes sense why he'd be one of the top quarterbacks selected in the draft. And of course, the Patriots at this point in time need somebody with a lot of talent out there to be the quarterback of this team moving into the future. But I do believe that the Patriots don't need to make a move in order to get somebody super high and give up a lot of draft picks or whatever the case may be to get someone like Tua. I believe that if they stay patient, take their time, do their due diligence, and looking into other quarterbacks who probably will be available later on in the draft, they can find somebody who can be put into the Patriots offense and be successful. Again, we know the level of play that Tua had at Alabama. You know the guy who previously held the quarterback position for the New England Patriots. Yes, these guys are talented. We know that. But at the same time, Patriots have shown in a couple of instances where you can insert anybody into the Belichick, McDaniels, or whatever Patriots offense machine system, and they can find success. So Tua's great. If he does fall, like Marv was saying, later on, maybe if you can get a slick deal for him, sure. But at this point in time, if he's going really high and it's going to take a lot to go after him, stay away from that, and you can make a move for somebody else later on in the draft.
Right, and my only concern is I do not want to see. I love the thought of Tua being in a Patriots uniform. Tua is one of those guys that I think if you get the opportunity to get him, you get him. But then you have to look at the risk. You have to look at what it's going to cost. And top 5 pick, top 3 pick, that's going to be a hell of a lot that you have to trade. And I mean, yeah, Bill Belichick's got that relationship built with Matt Patricia at number 3, which is why I referenced the Detroit Lions earlier. But do you want to give up all of that for a quarterback who, again, all the talent in the world, but hip injuries are no joke, guys. They're kind of like back injuries in the sense where, if you have a hip injury, that is a really scary thought to bring somebody in with as bad of a hip injury that he had. Hip injuries are no joke. So top 5, no, I don't want you to make that move. But guys, if he slips and he ends up in the top 13, Peter King actually said this. He predicts that the Patriots are going to swap picks with the San Francisco 49ers. Take that prediction for what it's worth. And they're going to take Tua there if he falls. And there's a chance that he falls. Again, that injury is scaring a lot of teams. I don't think he's going to fall that far. If I had to predict, I think he'll be in the top 10, maybe. I think he'll be in top 5 regardless. But if he does fall, and if he ends up at number 13, and you have a trade lined up that might even take, let's say, next year's first-round pick, maybe next year's second-round pick. If you have that, and that's what it's going to take to get Tua in the middle rounds, do it. Do it. Because, Marv, you mentioned this too. And I've been an advocate for Jarrett Stidham, guys. You know that. I think I've got faith. I believe Jarrett Stidham can do it. But what's going to push this kid? With Brian Hoyer?
You need someone there. It can't be Stidham and Hoyer going into training camp. It just can't be.
Right, exactly what you said earlier. It cannot be those two. And if you get a guy like Tua in, I mean, hell, you take the best out of the two, and maybe then you even have trade bait for the future. Maybe you can replenish those draft picks with a quarterback. If both of them look good, take the better one, trade somebody away, see you later. But Tua, if he falls to the middle rounds, my God, thinking about Tua in that new uniform, guys, whoo, the new Patriots era, it's going to be starting up. And I wouldn't hate Tua being in that uniform. I'm just saying.